We've heard a lot in recent times about universities and the way they are increasingly becoming hostile to the concept of free speech. Now, Sky News can reveal one professor is taking RMIT University in Melbourne to the Fair Work Commission over claims of bullying and unlawful dismissal. Professor Andrew Timming was a professor of human resource management and at one stage a deputy dean at RMIT, one of Australia's top and oldest universities. He enjoyed a fairly good relationship with his colleagues, that is, until he says a Twitter spat involving no less than two of the most controversial figures in modern culture, internet personality Andrew Tate and climate activist Greta Thunberg, erupted. Let's rewind to this time last year. Tate is a British-American influencer and self-described misogynist currently awaiting trial in Romania over rape and human trafficking charges. But in the week before his arrest on those charges in December 2022, Tate posted this tweet, taunting Thunberg with a picture of himself in front of his Bugatti and boasting about his 33 cars, asking for her email address so he could send a complete list of their respective enormous emissions. Thunberg dutifully responded, "Yes, please do enlighten me. Email me at smalldickenergy@getalife.com. Touché. Thunberg was almost universally applauded on the platform over that riposte, or as the young people like to say, sick burn. Enter Professor Timming, who had the temerity to challenge the adoration that Thunberg was attracting. He posted demeaning sexual jokes when directed from a woman to a man, smiley face, wink face. Demeaning sexual jokes when directed from a man to a woman, bomb emoji, skull and crossbones emoji. Fairly innocuous observation, you could argue, on what could be seen as different hypocritical standards when it comes to the way men and women are treated, especially in the workplace. Of course, Twitter, now X, did not see it that way, and Professor Timming found himself at the centre of a Twitter storm. He claims the university threatened him with disciplinary action, and under pressure, he deleted his Twitter account. It wasn't only the tweet, though. Professor Timming has also been published in the conservative Spectator magazine, and he claims he's one of the few out-of-the-closet conservative academics. His ideologies did not go down well in a field, academia, entirely captured by woke orthodoxy. Eventually, after suffering what he alleges was vicious bullying, Professor Timming launched a grievance in May this year. The following month, the university placed him on extended leave and initiated his termination on the grounds of ill health. Now, that's despite his doctor and an independent medical expert appointed by the university deeming him fit to return to work immediately. Professor Timming made an anti-bullying claim in the Fair Work Commission, but dropped the action when the university opted to reinstate him. But at this point, he'd already been demoted as deputy dean and was returning as just a professor. He claims the university then overloaded him with an unfair amount of work in an effort to effectively push him out. The university claims, according to documents seen by Sky News, that Professor Timming refused to do the work allocated, which amounted to serious misconduct. He was sacked last week, days before Christmas. Professor Timming has now lodged another application with the Fair Work Commission about his dismissal, seeking reinstatement, compensation and damages. And he is petitioning the university's Vice-Chancellor to reinstate him. An RMIT spokeswoman said the university would not be able to respond to our request for comment on the claims made by Professor Timming because it does not comment on individual staff matters regardless of employment status. Now, some of the circumstances in Professor Timming's case are disputed, but the allegations are troubling. We've seen a disturbing trend in universities here and around the world where free speech is simply not appreciated. You'd think that universities should be grounds for free intellectual speech, even challenging speech, but that doesn't seem to be the case. And the irony is that some of the universities, some top universities, both in the US and here in Australia, seem to only be fiercely protective of free speech when that free speech involves anti-Semitism.